but the cost of all the exterior repairs is a little under. It's gonna allow us to save about 7 or 8 inches of height, and some of you will probably notice in the background of this video that we do have different tires on the truck. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we're going to be finishing the exterior renovations on our Arctic Fox 1150 truck camper. If you haven't seen parts 1 through 5, make sure you go check those out on how we got to this point. But in this video, we're going to be painting the exterior of the camper. As you can see here, where we mated the new Phylon and the old, we did some body work to make it all smooth. You can see how faded the rest of this paint is. I came in with a 3M rubber eraser wheel and took off all the decals. I taped up some of these things that needed to be painted white before we actually go ahead and paint the sides. Since this is all fiberglass and the camper is going to be moving and the paint needs to be flexible, what we decided to go with was this Total Boat topside polyurethane paint. We have a primer and a paint. We went with a blue glow white. It's kind of a polar white. I'm hoping that it matches well enough to these panels here so that we don't have to paint the 3 new panels. And what's nice about this stuff is we can get these foam rollers and these foam brushes, and we can go ahead and clean this up with some denatured alcohol, and we can roll the primer on and roll the paint on, which is going to keep the shop from getting really messy and all the overspray getting everywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and get this tape pulled off. I do need to do some sanding on some of the new stuff just to scuff it up a little bit. We're going to wipe it all down and we're going to get started. Guys, we got a couple coats of primer on, and you can see it is all one uniform color. It is looking so good. We are going to now do the top coat, which has UV protection and should be a little bit more glossy. And we're going to probably do a couple coats of that, and we'll see how it turns out. All right, check this out. Look how good the paint turned out. It's going to match the Kodiak really well. Not perfect, but hey, everything is going to be kind of a similar white. We have the boxes on. It's going to look way more complete than before with all the water damage and all the fading. We got this trim on, and there was this black insert that was in there from before, so I went ahead and replaced it with the black, and I think it kind of just breaks up the white. We still need to go around and caulk some of our seams and get everything sealed up, but we're actually going to head up onto the roof and get the AC unit removed. We're going to try to save some height, so that's going to be the next thing we get done in this video. As you can see, it's one of the older models that is A, really loud, and B, really tall. This measures 13 inches off the height of the roof, and for now, we're going to be switching it out with one of these max air fans. It's going to allow us to save about 7 or 8 inches of height. We're already 13.5 feet tall, so the shorter we can be, the better. I would like to get us under 13 feet, so we'll take an overall measurement once we get it back on the truck and see where we're at. We will probably update this to a newer 12-volt AC unit at some point once we upgrade the solar system, but for now this will work just fine. We typically don't travel anywhere where we're going to need AC. We live in Arizona already. It's hot enough in the summer. We're not going to be traveling anywhere where we're going to need AC. We're up here on the roof. You can see we have this hole where the AC unit was. It does have to be 14 inches for this max air fan to fit, and it is. We have some butyl down. The next thing we do is with these silver tabs facing the sides of the camper, we just set that right there. We have some screws. We're going to screw it down, and we'll go ahead and get this mounted. All right, this is in the up position, so this would be the highest it would be. You have to have it in the up position to install it, but that was pretty easy. Just screwed it into the top and then 4 screws in the sides. When this is up, it's even shorter than the AC unit, but obviously it'll be down while we're traveling. I think we're gonna save about 7 inches, which is gonna be really awesome. We also did install this flush mount solar panel plug. That is going to be for our 350 watt portable panel if we want to plug that in, set it up over on the side, either of the sides, and charge our batteries. We haven't actually updated the batteries yet, but that's going to be a video coming soon. We're waiting on one more lithium battery to show up, and we will be getting this system updated a little bit. And some of you will probably notice in the background of this video that we do have different tires on the truck. I'm going to be making a separate video on that, have some updates on the Goodyears and why we switched over to the Michelins. I wanted to keep you guys updated on the cost of everything on this build. So when we originally purchased it last year with all the water damage, we paid $9,500. You guys might have saw in the previous videos when we tore this down and renovated all the water damage. If you haven't, go back to part 1 of this series and start from the beginning and you'll see how we got to this point. But the cost of all the exterior repairs is a little under $2,000, which in my opinion isn't bad for how much work we put into this. That's not including any labor. I obviously enjoy doing this stuff and would like to save the money, because I'm sure at an RV repair shop this would have been a $7,000 or $8,000 bill. But that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thanks so much for being here and following along. We really appreciate it. Drop your thoughts and comments down below. We'll see you on the next video. Later, guys.